Plaintiff Abra claims the defendant collided with her car, then fled the scene without waiting for the police. She's suing for $2,000 for car damages. Defendant Hezekiah Cox claims the plaintiff overreacted after the accident, called the police, and threatened him. He claims he owes her nothing.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. The Honorable Judge Jerry Springer now presiding. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Najee.
It's case number 006 on the docket, Thompson versus Cox.
And welcome to both of you. The plaintiff, Abra Thompson, and you are suing the defendant, Hezekiah Cox,
Yep.
for $2,000 for car damages.
That's correct.
Okay, I'll hear from you first, and then I'll come to you.
Okay. So the defendant swiped my car, left the scene, and left me with the damages to pay for. I went to Trader Joe's and headed home to make dinner.
Okay.
And I'm driving on a 4-lane roadway.
2 lanes each way?
Correct.
Okay.
And we're both going in the same direction.
Yes.
We're going south.
Yep.
I'm in the right lane, and he's up ahead of me, but I'm noticing that he's braking a lot, and he's swerving in and out of lanes.
Okay.
So I just kept my eye on him. But as maybe 2 cars in front of him, he was the 3rd car, I think, he stopped. And the 1st car was trying to get to the other side of the road, and the defendant was the 3rd car behind.
Right.
And I guess he became impatient. And as I am driving by,
On the right lane.
in the right lane, he's in the left lane, he decides to come over and hit me.
And where did he hit you? On what part of the car?
My driver's side door, driver back door,
Back
and
door.
a little bit on the bumper.
Do we have animation of it?
So the blue car is now coming to a stop to go to the other side of the road.
Whoa.
Yeah, so
Oh, wait, well,
he
that-
decides to swipe me.
You're saying this is the defendant.
Yes.
Okay, so you're not the green car, you're this
No.
black car coming up with the pink.
Correct.
As you're driving here, he at some point now will, and he says
Come
he
over.
gave a signal, which may or may
Which is
not.
incorrect.
Well, it doesn't matter, even if you did. If this is how it happened, the signal is irrelevant. You're saying as you're coming up this way, then he turns into you and hits the side of your car, the front door and the back door around there.
That is
That's
correct,
what you're
Your Honor.
saying. Let's hear if you want to give your case, and then we'll try that animation again. How did it happen according to you?
I was coming from the gym, going towards Walmart. We was going in the same
Okay,
direction.
so both you guys work out.
Yeah.
Correct.
You're both coming from gym. Okay.
Correct.
So as I was going towards Walmart, you know, the car in front of me, he kept braking. So I was braking because he was braking. So, and I was not swerving either. I was not swerving in and out lanes. I was behind this guy. And him consistently braking was the reason for me to turn into the other lane.
And you're saying that you gave a signal to go to the
Yes.
right lane.
I gave a signal to go into the right lane.
Okay.
I looked right, left, behind me. She was not there. So when I was going to the right lane, we collided.
Your Honor, I have pics to show the damage.
Okay. Let me see that. And I'll ask the graphics again. If we could see that again and stop it exactly where you stopped it the last time. You're saying you were driving like this. He comes out, and again, because it's irrelevant to the accident, I'm going to say, all right, you gave a signal. Even when you give a signal, you can't change lanes if that lane isn't clear. If it was clear, this car, yours, would not have hit this car on the side. You were coming this way then. You couldn't have been in front. There's no way for you to have been in front
Correct.
and hit her on the side. Okay, so I just now have to see where the damage is. Okay, that's why this was important. I want to see where the damage is.
Okay. So that means my car was already ahead. My front bumper is already gone.
That's a side driver.
Correct,
Yeah, that's a
Your Honor.
driver's door.
Correct. So as he's coming over, I'm looking in my side view, and I'm like, the car looks too close. Next thing you know, boom, he swipes me.
And that too.
Correct. This is video.
That was already there. It had to be already
Okay.
there because it did not drag that long.
He was wiping, he took his fingers and said, look, it's coming out, it's coming out. I'm looking at him like, I don't understand. This is damage, like this is huge damage.
In both of your statements, after that, you did talk to her about it, and you were concerned.
Making sure she was okay.
Okay,
You know?
but then you left the scene because you were.
Yeah, so what had happened was when we pulled over, I made sure I pulled over, talked to her, tried to talk to her, have a cordial conversation. As soon as I came out the car, as soon as she came out the car, it was just yapping aggressively. So I'm not gonna have a conversation with you if we both yelling. So I'm trying to talk to her. Okay, are you okay? Look at the damages and stuff like that. But she just kept on acting like a chicken head. So I'm not gonna sit here, you know.
A what?
A chicken head.
Your Honor?
That's okay. We don't need to be calling anybody names here.
right.
Okay. Even if you thought it was her fault, you can't leave the scene.
So can I
Yes,
say?
go ahead. Why'd
Yeah.
you leave?
She over here talking about, okay, you going down, you this, that, and the third. She acting like I killed somebody, first of all, over a bumper, you know what I'm saying? So her being aggressive and her sitting there threatening to call the cops and stuff like that, that already put me on the edge. Me being black in America, you know, I see on the internet all the time, on the news, and even stuff happened to me, you know, with cops. I automatically get on the edge whenever I'm around cops. So
Okay.
a situation where we could have just, you know, talked about it and, you know, we could have handled it ourselves, and you trying to bring the cops into it kind of put me on the edge. So that was the reason why, you know what, I said, it is what it is, and you know, I
And you
drove
left.
off.
The first thing he said to me when he came out of the vehicle was, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't have insurance. I just moved here from Massachusetts. Do you have Cash App? I had a feeling that he was going to take off, which he did. I wasn't hearing anything he had to say, so I said that I had to call the police because he doesn't have insurance. So
I do have insurance.
Now?
Yes,
Did you have it then?
yes.
he did not, Your Honor. Why didn't he present it to me? As he's walking into his car, I take a picture of his license plate. Brake lights are on. He's in the car, leaving the scene. I called the police. The police report has him leaving the scene.
As soon as I hopped out the car, you started yelling, talking about you gonna call the
Okay.
cops.
Your Honor, this
So
is
what you
not
think I'm
true.
supposed to
I was
do?
calm, cool, and collected.
was false.
There was no
Okay. That
raising
was
voices
false.
at all.
All right. It lends some texture to the story, but it doesn't change the facts. And I'm not going to try to put myself in your position. And if you feel that, anyone has a right to feel what they do. So I'm not going to comment on that, whether you were right to feel the way you did, okay? You felt that way, I respect it. It doesn't change what legally happened. I want to see evidence now of what the damages to your car were.
Okay.
In whatever decision I make, I'm not punishing you for how you felt. Okay, so that is not going to be an issue with me. I am just now making a decision on who caused the accident, and right now it looks like you did because of where the damage occurred on the car. That's all I have to go. I wasn't there. So what were the damages, please?
I have two estimates. I have one for $1,900, which I paid to get the damages done, fixed or repaired. And then I had another estimate for like $2,100. If I wanted to go after him, I could have went for the estimate that was $2,100, but I chose the $1,900.
You went for the $1,900. Did you pay that?
I did, and I have a receipt.
And you have a receipt for that?
Yes.
And remind you, sorry for cutting you off, but remind you, I didn't have no fear in the beginning when it happened. Okay,
Right.
I hit her.
I understand.
We
But
collided, you know.
she was upset.
Your Honor?
She was upset.
I had him
But I'm
served.
saying I'm not ruling based on who's being upset. All I see before me is an accident. The accident was caused by you. Even if you put on your lights, the accident is your fault. Damage was done to her car. Regardless of her reaction, it was done to her car. You are entitled to $1,900 for the plaintiff, $1,900.
Automatically, when I got out the car, she was aggressive, like I said. If she wasn't as aggressive as she was, then I most definitely went and left the scene.
He had no insurance and left the scene, so we had to take it here.